Hello there, this is Kevin,
and I am Samuka.
hence the Cosmic Revolution KS, and this is our first video ever, both on screen at the same time, and let's do this. So we're gonna kind of have a conversation but also address you and anyone else who's watching. And so our name of our channel is Cosmic Revolution KS. So let's talk about the cosmic revolution that is taking place at this moment.
Yeah, let's talk about that. First, we wanted to mention just how incredible it is that just two crazy guys here on the planet are
two monkeys, two Homo sapiens,
can just go on YouTube, start just making videos about our thoughts, about the world, about what's happening, and how we can just connect with so many different people at the same time in this movement that is growing incredibly every second.
Yeah.
So that's part of one aspect of this cosmic revolution, how we can connect and
synergize,
contribute to this shift in paradigm,
build the web of consciousness throughout the globe. Yeah, I think that part of the reason why I'm so passionate about making YouTube videos is because I was sitting on this here bed for a long time watching YouTube videos every day and night, learning and commenting on videos and people telling me to read books, and I'm so grateful for all those people, and I call it the great chain of inspiration. It's like one person inspires another person to do something, and then that person inspires somebody else, and it's more like a web. I mean, it's because that way the inspiration flows like ding 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 ding, you know.
As Alan Watts says, there are no separate events. Everything is a result of just a flow of events,
the flow of life.
And just as anyone who's connected with this kind of group on YouTube, is no one person is responsible for their videos. You know, it's a contribution made by Eckhart Tolle and Charles Eisenstein and all these different things and living, walking around on the streets.
And they can't really take credit for their things because they learned them from other people who learned it from other people who all learned it from looking at nature, and nature learned it from the patterns of the universe, and that's why it's a cosmic revolution.
That's right.
So Samuel, what do you think's going to happen in 2012?
In 2012? Well, I'd like to first start by saying that the night, the solstice on December 21st, I guess
that's 2 years.
That was one day yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yeah. And we're actually sitting here in this very room, meditating and being peaceful, and a lot of interesting things happened, and a lot of cosmic energy yesterday and in the morning, especially during the lunar eclipse. And I think that this, going back to 2012, that when the Earth is actually going to change position, and everything is so interrelated, even on a cosmic scale.
Mm-hmm.
And just as each piece of matter on the Earth has its unique position and distinctiveness, that on a cosmic scale, energy is going to start going in different directions, and the a lot of things that our scientific materialist paradigms just don't acknowledge. But I am hoping and I believe that something huge is going to happen.
And we're going to make it happen.
And we're going to make it happen.
Well, all of us together, I believe. We, as the Hopi Indian Native Americans say, we are the ones we've been waiting for. It's not going to be somebody else. And for me, that was so hard to grasp for a while. I was like, wait, I have to do it? Like, I'm the one who has to go give people free hugs and plant permaculture gardens? Like, it's not going to be somebody else? It's like, no, it's me and you. Like, we got to go do this now. And my friend Will says, like, 2012 is right now. Like, and by the time everyone realizes that 2012 is right now, it will be 2012, and we'll be like, oh, sweet, it's now again, because it's always now, and it always has been now, and it always will be now.
Yeah, that's right.
But also, everything is relative, and yeah, I think that perhaps the way I see it, it's like we have this window of time, and it's up to us what we can accomplish in that window. And I don't think we should be running around frantic, but I think we should be taking action in the present moment, and that's the most efficient way to do things, you know? If you're constantly thinking about, oh, what am I going to do tomorrow, and what are these people doing over there? It's like Terence McKenna says, focus on your own sector of the world, you know, the
pharmacological
the nexus of your experiences in what you create. Check out Reclaim Your Mind. Oh yeah, that's another thing I wanted to mention, is that I think this period between now, well, just right now, we have things like this, the iPhone, where you can access so much information, and there's all this wisdom from all over the globe, and it can be shared now. Wherever it's discovered, we can be accessed and shared. And then I feel like it's our job to put that into a format that's accessible and digestible for people and other things, and create new ways of sharing that information and wisdom, you know? And yeah.
And it's also not easy. It's not completely just a walk in the park here.
Yeah.
On both on external and internal level. I was just telling Phil Osophical here the other day that I just was going through some things, and like we all do, but it's always just this cycle of coming in and out of these different ways of thinking, and sometimes negativity sprouts up, and that's just what happens. We don't need to get caught up in it and grasp onto it, but we can just embrace it and realize that this is just part of the natural way. You know, sometimes we'll feel good about what we're doing and how the world is moving. Sometimes we won't, but the key is to just keep doing what you love to do and keep finding your passions. And I've noticed that when we, like I just made a video about when you just give your love out to anyone and anything that's willing to accept it, it no longer becomes your negativity or your little problems. You feel so comforted by everything because you're just emanating love. And so out of the negativity and out of the darkness comes light. And it's important to remember this as we transition into this complexity that keeps coming to this nexus of possibilities. So,
yeah, I like to relate it to the essay that Charles Eisenstein wrote called Invisible Paths, which we'll post a link to in the link box. And it's basically these 7 stages of being, and he mentions he also talks about it on some talks on YouTube, but he mentions how you can go through all these different phases of despair, and then you feel like you're totally doing exactly what you need to do, and then you go back to despair, and then you go to confusion, and I go through that all the time. Like earlier I was just coming home on the bus just feeling like, how the hell are we going to change this city that is just full of just bleak, desolate houses and everything? How are we going to turn that into a like permaculture thing? But then I came home and I just got into another phase it's just this cycle, and I feel like it's all part of the process. It's all part of the cosmic revolution.
That's right. And on our sidebar here, we're just looking at it.
Oh yeah. Sidebar.
Sidebar. There are 162 favorited videos that are all
favorite
of them
videos
are incredible.
Yes, they are incredible.
I'm looking at this Eros and the Eschaton lecture, which I just watched completely straight. All the videos. I think there's 8 parts or 9 parts. 12 parts. And it is unbelievable. This guy is...
Terence McKenna's a good fella.
No words, dude. But so
and also,
check him out.
On the other sidebar of our channel is a lot of Sam's beautiful writings and a few of my skin encapsulated ego channeling writings. So check out our blog. We're going to be updating it more with some cool writings, because some people like to read more than they like to watch monkeys talk to a computer. But we're not really talking to a computer. We're talking to you, and you're talking to us, and we're all talking to each other, because life is awesome, and you're awesome, and we're awesome, but we're not that awesome. But we've been talking for 12 minutes, man.
It's all going to fit on the video.
Yeah, YouTube now lets you do like 15-minute videos.
Wow. See, that's the cosmic revolution happening.
Yeah.
15-minute videos now.
Yeah, life is good.
So
I'm going to do one more plug for Spontaneous Evolution.
Okay.
Because this is a super amazing book. I'm going to post some links to some YouTube talks by Bruce Lipton, but I was ecstatic, euphoric, inspired, everything reading this, and I'm going to read it again so that I can articulate it much better. But you can also get it on CD, and I've been burning lots of CDs. And yeah.
And I'm going to do one more propaganda piece for Sir Ken Robinson's TED Talk,
Yes.
which I feel is one of the most incredible videos on YouTube.
Yes.
And I've seen it probably 33 times.
Should we post a link to it?
We'll post a link there. And so check that out. I'm sure you've checked it out already. I mean, this guy's unbelievably articulate and forms his ideas beautifully. He's one of the few people that gives TED Talks that doesn't need any screen or clicker or images. He's just thrills the audience just with his voice and his own language, which is really awesome, I think. So
And I just got a yoga mat. Yoga's really helping me out a lot. I am a big fan of it. Probably saved my life. If you watch the video about getting hit by a car, I tumbled multiple times, and probably me being limber from doing yoga helped that. And I'm still alive. Holy cow. Peace. We should cut it off.
Ciao.
Before it gets to 15 minutes.
Boa noite. Peace.
Cosmic Revolution.